All right.
All right. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Playground Experiment Virtual Volume 209.
Ooh.
Is Philip Kaplan, and I'm currently in New York City, Brooklyn, the ancestral land of the Munsee Lenape people. Today, we have artists participating from a range of places all over the country, and you can see several of them right now holding up the names of the indigenous people whose ancestral lands they are currently on. The PGE acknowledges that wherever we are in this country, we are occupying stolen land, and we honor and respect the indigenous people that once lived here, as well as the indigenous people who continue to live here and contribute to our society. I'd like to invite all of tonight's participating artists to turn their cameras on and say hello to our virtual audience. Hey.
Hello.
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 Yes, Bob. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello there.
Okay, you're officially welcomed. Now, please welcome to the virtual stage our founder and artistic director, Mike Lesser.
Yay,
Yay.
yay. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody that's watching live. Hello, everybody that's watching in 20 days from now. Welcome to our virtual home and your virtual home with Playground Volume. Thank you, Philip. Philip will be our host for the evening. If you're watching on YouTube, currently we have the amazing Elijah, who is now our host on YouTube, our moderator. And tonight you are at our virtual volume. Yay! Which is our flagship program where 6 writers tonight are going to bring in work in process, meaning it's not ready, it's not done, it's not ready for review. It probably might not even have coherent sentences. It is just something that has been tooling around in their brain that needs to be worked through. And we figure what the best way to work through in than bringing brilliant actors together to say their words. So everybody unmute yourselves, especially if you're an actor, and make noise for our amazing PGE acting casting pool.
Hello.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay.
yes, nice.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Awesome.
Super excited. We have people from all over the country, some of them in their cars. I love this virtual thing. It's amazing. So tonight, I'm going to ask our actors to do their first bit of stage direction and disappear. And leave my 6 writers and our amazing stage direction reader only. We have one tonight doing the work of plenty. Give it up for Zen Dot, our stage directions reader. Where are you, Zen? Doing the work of, she is the Protean tonight, working very hard. Thank you for being here reading stage directions. Now your direction is to disappear as well. And I'm going to leave our amazing writers with Philip, our host for the evening. Take it away, Philip.
I'm taking it. Okay, we're going to start with Unfamiliar by David Cece. So, David, okay, writers, you can hide yourself now. There you go. Okay. So tell me, is there anything we need to know about this play? This looks like the opening of it.
It is the first scene of this play. No, not really any trigger warnings that need to be provided, and I think we're probably just going to let the pages speak for themselves.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Then I'm going to disappear and
Oh, yes. Maybe
I,
I'll quickly just invite my actors on so we can introduce.
oh
They can
yes,
introduce
that's
themselves.
okay there.
Please introduce yourselves.
Sure. Hello, I'm Alexandra Bonisho and I'm playing Anne.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Belforti and I'm playing now.
And now I'm going to escape.
Unfamiliar, A Maidstone Tale by David Cece. Scene 1, 1955, late winter after sunset in East Hampton, New York. Inside the generous drawing room of a very old but well-preserved English-style manor house. The room, nay, the entire house, is dark and silent. After a few moments, the silence is broken by the sound of knocking at the front door. The silence resumes until a second knocking. A faint light appears from offstage, bobbing up and down. A figure in black enters from the darkness, carrying a single lit candle. As the figure crosses the room, dozens of candles spontaneously light, as does a huge fireplace in the center of the back wall. The fire's angry flames cast malformed shadows against claw-footed furniture and imposing paneled walls. The room contains leather armchairs on either side of the fireplace, a leather sofa off to one side, an assortment of mahogany coffee and side tables, and a chintz love seat in the other corner that adds a splash of color. There are 2 windows, but their thick wool draperies have been drawn. The space should feel simultaneously vast and claustrophobic, as if the high walls are closing in. On one side is a massive oak front door, reinforced with black metal straps, something more akin to a medieval castle than a residential estate. On either side of the fireplace are open doorways into the house. Several paintings adorn the walls, spanning centuries of art history. A Rembrandt fruit bowl next to an O'Keeffe flower, a Monet lily pond near a Picasso abstract form, a Moran landscape alongside a Pollock drip canvas. On the mantel sits an elongated metallic sculpture on a polished wooden stand. Above the mantel hangs a John Singer Sargent portrait of a striking, pale-skinned young woman dressed in severe Puritan attire. The figure with candle arrives at the door. There's a third, more urgent knocking. The figure blows out the single candle and all other candles go out. The fire shrinks to a modest size. With the flick of an old-fashioned light switch, the figure turns on every chandelier and wall sconce. Lights up full, revealing Anne, a striking young woman, not unlike the woman in the painting above the mantel. Anne's red lips contrast sharply with her pale skin, and she's wearing a timeless black dress. Anne opens the front door.
You must be Miss Vance. Do come in.
Nell enters, and the door closes with an audible thud. Nell is wearing a drab 1950s cloth coat and carrying a worn valise. Nell and her luggage are covered in a dusting of snow.
Poor thing. I didn't realize it had started to snow. Here, let me take that.
Anne reaches for Nell's coat.
I'll keep it on just yet if that's all right.
Of course. It was getting so late, I half expected a call from you canceling your appointment.
Oh no, I was going to make it here tonight, come hell or high water.
Why don't you stand by the fire while I get you something to warm you up? Tea, perhaps, or coffee?
I'd love some coffee.
Anne exits into the house. Nell puts down her valise and warms herself by the fireplace.
Coffee will take a bit longer.
I don't mind. This is the house from that job posting in the Village Voice, isn't it?
Fear not, Miss Vance. You're in the right place.
I'm sorry to intrude so late, but the train was delayed.
It's no intrusion if you're invited. And we do have an appointment, do we not?
Anne re-enters the drawing room, and she and Nell shake hands.
Anne Kember.
Cornelia Vance. Back home I go by Nell. Thank you for sending me the train ticket, Miss Kember.
You're most welcome, Miss Vance. Whenever someone from out of town interviews for a position here, I arrange for their travel. It's all part of my process.
It was very kind. And since I'm between jobs, it came in handy.
I'm glad I could help. And it's lovely to finally meet you in person. Although from our correspondence, I feel as though I already know you.
I have the same feeling. Where should I put this?
In that corner, if you please. No trouble finding the place?
Nell removes her coat and hangs it on a rather fearsome-looking coat rack made of antlers.
No, although the cabbie left me at the street. He said he couldn't pull into your driveway, something about the snow.
And until I do something about that dirt road, I'm afraid that will always be the case in bad weather. Shall we get started?
You're sure it's not too late? I could come back tomorrow evening if you prefer.
Tonight's fine. Assuming you're up to the task after such an arduous journey.
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. Just long, really, and I wanted to start by thanking you for considering my application. I realize I may not be the most qualified applicant, but I can assure you I am the hardest working one. And if you hire me as your personal secretary, I'll be the best one you've ever had.
There's no lacking self-confidence with you, is there?
Never.
I appreciate that in a person, Miss Vance. I really do. In this house, however, my word is final. Should you end up joining the staff, you must be willing to abide by my decisions, even when you don't agree with them.
Oh, I hope I didn't come across as too assertive. My grandmother warned me about that, even back in school.
Did it help?
Not really, but I understand. Here in this house, your word is law. And I have to say, this house is magnificent.
It's a dusty old relic, but it happens to be my ancestral home. Coffin Manor. It's a strange name, I know, but it's very old and very English. I recall hearing stories of my family serving as royal undertakers or some such nonsense.
Nell notices the portrait above the mantel.
Who's that?
A distant relative.
She could be your sister.
The similarity is not lost on me. In truth, the women in my family have always had a certain look. That one arrived not long after the Mayflower.
It must be thrilling to be part of such an established family.
That's a nice way of putting it. Sadly, I fear we're just a very old family, set in our ways and unwilling to break free from our past.
But your past is what makes you, what drives you. At least that's what my grandmother told me.
She's a very wise woman.
She was. She passed away last year.
My condolences. I know it's never easy saying goodbye to someone you love.
When my parents died, she took me in. If it weren't for her,
I understand. There was a woman who worked here for quite some time. She did much to improve the running of this house and, frankly, to improve me.
what happened to her?
Like your grandmother, she's no longer with us. It's her position you would be filling.
I'm so sorry. She sounds indispensable.
It has been difficult without her.
And what I said earlier, I meant no offense. If I'd have known, I never would have compared myself to her or to anyone on your staff.
Thank you, Miss Vance. If you'll excuse me.
And exits into the house.
Way to go, Nell.
How do you take it?
Sorry?
Your coffee.
Just a little sugar.
Relieved, Nell walks through the room and pauses at one of the paintings for a closer look. She's more than a casual observer. Anne returns with a steaming cup of coffee and hands it to Nell.
Thanks.
Anne points to the armchairs by the fireplace and sits down in one of them. Nell sits opposite her.
Let's begin.
I thought we already had.
Indeed. You brought luggage.
Just a few things. I didn't know how long our meeting would take or even if the trains would still be running, so I reserved a room in town at the Maidstone Inn. The only thing I didn't plan for was this storm.
Being this far from the city has many advantages, but frequent train service is not one of them. You were smart to plan ahead, as there are no more trains back to New York tonight. Now, about this position. I know I've described it in the job posting and in my letters, but I must warn you. It's quite demanding and not for the faint of heart. You would be exercising a great deal of responsibility throughout the estate, which is sizable, and the hours can be rather haphazard. On paper, you appear to fit all of my requirements, but as you know, this position is within my private residence. That will require us, on occasion, to work in rather close proximity. To assess our compatibility, Miss Vance, I need to understand who you are as a person.
What else would you like to know?
What about family? Aside from your grandmother and your parents, may they rest in peace, do you have any other family in New York?
It's just me, I'm afraid.
No siblings, then?
I always wanted a sister, but my parents couldn't afford another child. What about you? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
An older sister.
Oh, where does she live?
She has also passed.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. That was a long time ago.
Oh, don't be brave on my account. It couldn't have been that long.
Feels like it. But you know what they say about time and wounds.
I don't believe that.
It's been my experience that a sharp pain like that can recede into a dull ache.
A bruise deep in your soul.
Something like that.
Were you close?
Aren't sisters always close?
I wouldn't know.
No. I suppose not. She and I were inseparable growing up, but eventually drifted apart.
I never understood how that happens. Brothers and sisters have the same parents, the same blood runs through their veins. They grow up together, live in the same house, perhaps even share a bedroom. I bet you knew everything about each other.
You're not wrong. Got to the point where one of us would say what the other was only thinking, but that kind of familiarity comes at a cost. There was no privacy, never a moment's solitude, nowhere to retreat to.
You make it sound like a war, like your sister was the enemy.
Near the end, it felt like she was. But I shouldn't leave you with that impression. She was a good sister, in her own way. She taught me many things before.
How did it happen? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked.
Your curiosity is understandable, but I'd rather not discuss it. Ah, where are my manners? Have you had anything to eat?
I thought there'd be time before our meeting, but when I finally got to town, I just grabbed the first cab I saw.
Why don't we see what Mrs. Rudek has in the icebox?
Mrs. Rudek?
My housekeeper and occasional cook. Ever since, well, lately, she's been doing the grocery shopping.
I am pretty hungry. What about you?
I ate earlier, and I need to be careful not to overindulge. You know how difficult it is for us ladies to maintain our waistlines.
You don't look like you have to worry about that.
You'd be surprised at how carefully I have to plan when and what I eat.
And gestures towards one of the doorways and follows Nell out of the drawing room. Blackout.
Hey, cast and come back. Great, awesome job. Right. Okay,
Fantastic.
Very nice. Wow.
very ominous.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So next up, we have Mahita Danielle Tome.
Yes, hi, it's actually Daniela, but
Oh,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
That's okay. And my actors are Monica Stur, who's playing the mama, and Gladys Perez is playing Abuelita. And I'm gonna read Mijita, or the mama's daughter. Trigger or content warnings, mother-daughter tension, and being locked into a pantry. And there's a part of the scene is in Spanish, but we'll have the stage directions. We'll be reading it. The scene, this takes place in the pandemic. Mijita's in her apartment in Brooklyn. Her abuelita's staying with her and ends up staying with her during the pandemic. And she's calling her mom because abuelita fell asleep or something, and she's trying to get the recipe from her mom, abuelita's old recipe, her grandmother's recipe about making chicken. And then earlier, so this scene starts mid-conversation. Earlier in the phone, they were talking about, she's asking her mom, like, what was abuelita, my grandmother, like when she was younger? And the mom has said, oh, she was very strict. And she gets the mom to tell stories about that she was dating as a teenager a law student who gave her a box of chocolates that she had hid behind the piano. And they start talking about the piano, the theme of the piano in their life. And that's pretty much it. And then we can start.
Okay, let's get to it.
Okay.
Mijita by Daniela Tome Loria. It is the pandemic. Mijita and her mom, Mama, are on the phone. Mijita is in her apartment in Brooklyn while her mama is uptown in hers. Abuelita, mentioned and who comes out later, is the mother of Mama and Mijita's grandmother.
I miss you guys not having a piano. And the house. I mean, I have dreams about that house, and there's nothing like a real piano. But at least the piano you grew up with still exists. Vicky has it in Chile at her house, and her kids will inherit it. If I ever want a piano, I will just have to buy one. And not sure how we would get it up my third floor walk up.
See, a piano adds something. But what would you do with a piano? Come on.
Mom, I studied music when I was younger, remember?
Ages ago.
Abuelita was really good, wasn't she? Like a professional?
Almost. Her piano teacher wanted her to become a concert pianist, but she decided not to pursue it. Then she met my father and became a mother.
Why do you think she was so strict with you?
No sé. With Adela, she was much more relaxed. She could go out with a boy alone or wear lipstick as a teenager. But with me, the firstborn, parents are often so scared.
But she was so protective of you. Do you think something happened to her, maybe when she was younger?
I have wondered too. I know she never liked her father. She kept her distance from him.
Wow.
Yes, and her older brother was the one that supported the family, as mi abuelo didn't do much of anything. They even sent him back to Spain, but eventually he came back. And my mother let him come around, but she wouldn't let him get too close to us. Perhaps because she'd had a hard life, she was especially strict with me, the eldest.
Lights shift. Mama again becomes herself as a teen daughter, hija, and Abuelita comes out as her mother, Mama.
¿Qué me dijiste?
Nada.
No creo que fue nada lo que escuché de tus labios. Creo que escuché malas palabras dirigidas a mí, tu madre. Me llamaste una bruja vieja. Entonces, ahora vas a pasar un tiempo aquí en la alacena hasta que digas perdón.
Mama grabs hija, pushes her into an imaginary pantry, locking the door on her.
Te quedas ahí hasta que oiga las palabras. Lo siento, mamá, por haber dicho garabatos a ti.
Está bien conmigo porque nunca voy a decir esas palabras. Yo me quedo aquí hasta que me duermo por la noche si es necesario.
¡Qué porfiada y ridícula! Tienes que enseñar un poquito de respeto a tu mamá.
Pero tú no me enseñas respeto a mí. Me sigues tratando de controlar todo lo que hago.
Mijita, ya, pare de hablar. Estás ahí porque estás castigada y no te doy permiso de hablar hasta que pidas perdón por lo que me has dicho.
Pues no me importa porque no quiero hablar contigo de ninguna forma. Tal vez nunca hablaré más.
Ay, esta niña va a ser el final de mis días, siempre empujándome a mis límites. Bueno, está bien. Ya sabes qué necesitas decir para salir de la alacena.
Mama sits and takes the last few bites of her dinner, then carefully washes her plate in the sink, lays it to dry, then listens near the door again, waiting. But on the other side is silence, and hija is just sitting squashed up on the floor. A beat. Mama leaves, returning with a book. She tries to read but cannot concentrate as she keeps waiting for an apology. She sips more of her wine. Finally, she can't take it anymore and she goes to the outside of the door.
¡Ay, qué bueno! Por fin pediste disculpas. Ya puedes salir.
She quickly unlocks the door from the outside and hija practically falls out to the floor.
No lo dije. No pedí disculpas.
Sí, yo te escuché. Ahora termina tu comida rápidamente y te vas a tu cuarto inmediatamente después.
Instead of sitting to finish her dinner, hija stomps out of the room. Mama goes to the plate of food and puts it in the refrigerator.
Bueno, lo va a comer mañana para el desayuno.
Mama finishes her glass of wine. Lights shift. Mijita and her mama go back to talking on the phone in the present.
I can't believe you called her an old witch and wouldn't apologize. though locking you in the pantry was also not so cool.
Dave, por favor, tú te preocupas de lo que tú tienes que hacer. Como
Mom,
llamar a la
don't
compañía.
don't yell at Dad.
Ya, Dave, ya sé cuando yo tengo que irme. Ya, pero deja de molestarte.
Why are you getting so mad at Dad?
David, ya dije. Mira, no me provoques, déjame en paz, o si no, tú tienes que lavar la ropa la próxima vez. Let me finish my conversation with Margarita.
Mom, can you please stop yelling into the phone and stop yelling at Dad?
No, David,
Oh,
nunca me haces caso. ¿Ah? Acuérdate que solo tenemos que recalentar la comida. Sí. Ay, Margarita, Margarita, your father is driving me crazy.
Mom, just calm down. Can he wait for you a little longer? I wanted to tell you my good news. Remember, this will make you feel better.
Yes, he can wait. What is the news?
Well, I was awarded a commission to write a play. I applied months ago. I'd forgotten about it, and now they want it to be a pandemic play.
A what play?
A play where the characters are stuck at home in a pandemic, like we are.
Who wants to hear about that?
Well, some people do, and great art often reflects what's happening in the present.
You said a commission, so they will pay you?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, they pay me to write the play, and then they will most likely produce it. I mean, when plays are hopefully produced again, and it's a very respected company, well known, everything.
And you can live off of this commission?
I mean, not completely, it's not huge, but every bit helps. And they give me 1/3 of the payment now, 1/3 in 3 months, and then another third when it's finished in 6 months.
Margarita, Margarita, I don't know how you can function like this, living with all this uncertainty.
This is a huge opportunity. And you love plays. You guys used to see plays all the time.
Sometimes, mostly because your father loves to go everywhere. But Margarita, you talk about wanting to get a car to come visit. But how can you? You don't even have enough work.
I'm doing fine. I am teaching one class online still, and I have the unemployment benefits that really helps a lot.
But you have to prepare for the future. You just said, who knows when this theater happens again? When are you going to finally get the New York State teaching license? Huh? You could have steady work and not be floating around.
Maybe never. I didn't really love being a public school teacher, remember?
Well, then what did you expect? Bueno, it's very impressive that you and Felipe can survive off so little in this city. But don't complain to me when you can't buy things or live in a nicer neighborhood. Because you chose to go into a profession where you will never make any money.
Wow.
What? I'm just being realistic.
Sure. Realistic about your anxiety and putting it on me, because really you would feel better if I got a teaching license, not me.
Yes, I would. I won't lie.
Well, me neither. I have to go.
Do you want to talk to your father now that he calmed down? He ate a snack now and he's falling asleep on the sofa.
No, let him rest. He needs it. It must be exhausting for him. I have to start cooking.
Tan tarde?
Bye, Mom.
Mihita hangs up the phone, then sees Abuelita, who has entered at some point.
Abuelita, I didn't see you.
Todo bien, mijita.
No. My mom's anxiety is just getting worse. The pandemic has made her freak out more often.
¿Y qué hace ese pollo ahí?
For pollo al horno.
Why don't you tell me about your mamá while we prepare this chicken? ¿Te parece?
Okay.
I will guide you while you do it. Pero primero, ponte un delantal.
Gracias. Yeah, I didn't have your recipe, so that's why I called her. So, okay.
Now put chicken en el refrigerador.
We don't have to wash it first?
No, mijita, raw chicken full of bacteria. You don't want to spread it.
Mihita puts the chicken back in the fridge.
My mom mentioned lemons.
Yes, exactly. 4 lemons.
Mijita finds 3 lemons.
3 is fine. Después ajo.
Garlic, right?
Y, espérate, mostaza, aceite de oliva, sal y pimienta y hierbas.
As Abuelita mentions that Mijita finds the ingredients.
Got it. Everything. Mustard, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And is parsley okay?
Sí, está bien. Now, squeeze the juice of 2 lemons y tienes que rallar la cáscara del tercero.
That's called the zest.
The zest. Qué buena palabra. So, make the juice first while you tell me what is bothering you.
I just really think she needs help, like maybe medication for anxiety or a consistent therapist. I mean, she's always been intense. Even in high school, it was very hard to be around her then because she was depressed and I had to take care of her emotionally, but she still worked at the prison. So she would tell us, go to sleep early or you'll end up like the prisoners. That's how it begins, staying up all night doing marijuana, which leads to other drugs, and then they do crimes.
It's always very dramatic. Now, before you squeeze the last lemon, take off the zest in it, but keep the zest separate.
Okay, gotcha.
As she's grating the lemon peel.
Then she got better when she finally had a better job and she sustained a great career, unlike her brother. But since she retired and gotten older, it's like she's gotten worse. I used to think it was just her, but from what I hear from the cousins, it's her brother too. They can be wonderful, and I think my mom is more stable, but fundamentally they are narcissistic and totally unaware of their behavior and how it affects other people, especially when they're being critical.
Now add to the lemon juice una cuchara de mostaza, aceite, sal y pimienta, and mix all together. And stir together until the salt disappears. Faster.
That's called whisking. I know that from when I bake a cake.
Now peel and chop up 2 pieces of ajo y un montón de perejil que vamos a añadir con el zest a la mezcla.
Mijita starts to chop the garlic and parsley.
And you know what? Abuelita Tío at least went to a psychiatrist a few times. He even picked up a medication, but then he turned out he was only taking part of the dosage, and his kids are upset at him. But you know, Mama, she's a productive human being who ironically was supposedly a great therapist, listening to others, but she won't go see a therapist herself and she won't consider taking any medication, and she needs it.
Many people are afraid of it.
Do you think something happened to them when they were younger that traumatized them? I mean, even Tia Adela has a bit of this intensive energy, but she doesn't get so worked up, so obsessively anxious about things. Could there be leftover trauma from losing their father so young?
It was very hard on all of us when your abuelito died. I stopped playing piano for years.
You did?
Finished? Ahora mezclamos todo junto.
Mijita add the chopped garlic, parsley, and zest to the mixture.
And we are done. Now we have to put it on the chicken. ¿Tienes una sartén en donde poner el pollo?
Mijita pulls out a pan.
Put the chicken in the pan, then pour the marination on top. Hay que ponerle hoyitos, ¿ah? Primero para que la salsa entre un poco más.
Mijita pokes holes in the chicken, then pours the sauce over it, spreading it with a knife.
Ahora de vuelta al refri until we are ready to cook, and now we clean up.
Mijita puts the pan with the chicken in the fridge.
But why did you stop playing the piano for so long?
I had to get busy with life, raising the kids, working. I had no extra time. So I became a librarian. I loved it. Tocar el piano, it was something I did for Leo when he would ask me to play. Pero después, it seemed silly to play for myself. I thought I would get sad.
Seems like he really loved you.
What is not to love, huh? And that is why I never married again. Because our love was enough for me. We used to dance too. One song we used to sing to your mama when she was little. Ella Fitzgerald la cantaba tan bien. Say it's only a paper moon, right? Sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make believe if you believed in me. Ven, mijita, bailemos un poco, te haría bien.
Abuelita motions for Mihida to join her. They start to dance.
Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make believe.
If you believed in me.
Without your love, it's a honky tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as can be.
But it
But it
would
wouldn't be make believe if you believe in me.
if you believed in me.
If you believe in me.
Bravo.
Madam, thank you for dancing with me.
El placer es todo mío, mi reina querida.
End of excerpt.
Brava. Yay.
Bravas.
Thank you.
Oh, great. Definitely want to see more. And you choose Paper Moon and Eclipse Day. That's good.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Hey.
Thank you, Monica and Gladys. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Velvet Swoon's Scott. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. So first off, any content warnings?
Yeah, content warnings would be suicide and language and anti-LGBTQ, because it takes place in Tennessee.
As will happen.
Yes.
Anything we need to know about this?
This is the second scene of Act 1, and just the main character, Velvet Swoon, is a female impersonator who has just returned from a disastrous drunken drag performance and wedding to her girlfriend, and has been mocked by the town she lives in, which is Pigeon Pit, Tennessee. And a gay Greek chorus has shown up along with the goddess of Tennessee herself, which is Dolly Parton, to prevent her from a suicide, but she runs away from them, and she gets more drunk and begins to climb to her death from the top of the Dollywood sign. And the two actors is Sydney Vollmer, who's going to be playing Velvet, and Natalia Roney, who's going to be playing Marcy Draws.
Okay. All right. Let's get to this.
Velvet Swoon, Portrait of a Popstitute by Scott Sampson. Scene 1, 2023, 2 a.m. Dollywood theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Lights up on Velvet dressed in a wedding dress like Madonna wore for her Like a Virgin number at the 1983 MTV Video Awards. She has a purse with a vodka bottle peeking out of it, slung around her shoulder, and her other arm around a boombox, and a hand clutching a tripod stand with an iPad on it. She reaches to put these items on top of the Dollywood sign, which is only like 5 feet tall. Velvet mumbles to herself in a drunken tirade, which can only partially be heard as she fumbles in her attempts to climb on top of the sign.
I wanna be, I'm Madonna be, wanna be. No, frack those bitches, I'll shove frack. No, I won't. No, I won't refrain from using curse words. No, it's not frack, it's fuck. Fuck from now on. Why is this so damn hard to climb? Ah!
Velvet falls.
Frack! I mean, fuck!
Velvet takes off her stiletto and tries to use it like a rock climber to scale the sign. It doesn't work because there's nothing to grab onto. Finally, she's able to throw herself on top of the sign and swing her body up. Once up, she begins to set up her tripod for a recording.
I'm gonna show him. I'll show him. I just can't wake up feeling no dazzle, only dust, no luster to blind me and make me squint so I can't see the truth spelled out about me, like I'm a dirty car that has traced a finger on my dusty window saying, "Wash me"?
Velvet takes a swig from a bottle and downs a couple of pills. She presses record on her iPad and begins her performance.
Dear Madonna, why haven't you written back to me? Do you know how much money I have paid in postage stamps to send to every single agent and manager you have all over the world? I know you're busy, but I'm your #1 fan, Madonna. There is nobody like me. Since you never bothered to reply, I have spent the last year writing to you in Backstage South. So you probably don't remember what it was like having to scour the trades for work as an actor. Or if you're sort of a singer, well, lip syncer like me, it has become so familiar to me that I now think of Backstage South classified wanted section as my own personal diary. Do you know how much that has cost me? And I don't make all that much working at Dollywood. Well, I don't even work there no more, but I don't want to get into that. I have decided to post a video farewell on my Facebook page, hoping this might get your attention. And even if it don't, at least I'll get the attention of those assholes here in Tennessee who have driven me to this drunken state you see before you. I may be drunk, but I still look glamorous. And they'll say, "Hey, Velvet Swoon may be fucking weird, but she sure looked good when she fell to her glamorous, albeit tragic, death by jumping off the Dollywood sign." And yeah, I know the sign is only like 5 feet tall, but I happen to know I will not survive such a fall because, well, I don't jump well, and I'm drunk, and I've taken a shitload of pills, and I'll throw myself like really fucking high. And so now, just let me prepare myself for my final acting moment before I go into my farewell.
Something is happening to Velvet. Her eyes flutter and she sways.
Monologue.
Velvet looks out into the audience and stares directly at us.
Oh, wow. I see y'all again. My imaginary audience. Why does it take such Olympian feats of alcohol usage to see y'all? I missed you all.
Velvet begins to pass out, but recovers.
Frack. I mean, no. Fuck. Farewell, Madonna. This is my farewell Vogue to my death.
Velvet turns on her boombox and the song Vogue by Madonna plays as Velvet begins to perform her suicidal dance and lip sync to the song in a dramatic but drunk manner. As she's about to jump, her cell phone rings. Irritated, Velvet turns off the boombox and picks up the call.
Hello?
Hello there, is this Marcy Draws calling from Pigeon Pit Community Theater? Is this Velvet?
Yes.
Hi, Velvet. How are you this evening?
Dying.
Great. Just real quick, and I know you weren't expecting my call.
No,
But we have an absolutely phenomenal season of plays this year, and we'd love to have you in our audience. Now, while I think which night do you prefer to attend? A Thursday or a Saturday?
No, I haven't.
Wednesday, then?
I work Wednesday.
Saturday. Perfect. It's such a popular night, and because of that, tickets are so hard to come by. I mean, I'd invent seats if I could, but that wouldn't be legal now, right? Oh, would it?
Huh?
Just kidding. Now, I do believe we still have a sprinkling of seats left, which would only be valued theater patrons such as yourself.
Listen.
That would be $150 for one seat or $300 for two. And before you say yes, And while I have my pen handy, let me just jot down your major credit card to lock in those seats today.
No, I can't.
Why?
Excuse me?
I mean, what?
Did you just
No.
yell at?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You just did it again.
Well, we are old friends.
We are?
From high, junior high.
I don't know any Marcy's.
Marcy Drawers.
Right, Marcy.
I used to be Connie Wilson.
Corny Wilson?
I changed it because I didn't want people to look up that terrible profile about me in the paper about my going off the Dollywood sign in my wheelchair.
We were just talking about you.
You were? Why?
Because I'm actually on the Dollywood sign myself, and I'm about
Don't
to.
do it. I'm in a wheelchair now after I jumped. I hate sitting in handicapped access seats at the theater. And so would you.
You think I'd survive?
And do you know how many jobs I have to work to pay my medical bills?
Now, how did you really come to contact me?
Well, it's been too long and I've been dying to get to touch with you again to share what an absolute phenomenal season of plays.
My mother works at the Jubilee.
Let's grab a seat for both you and Bobby Joe on Saturday night.
She told you I needed a friend, didn't she?
We can make it 3 seats for Saturday if you would like to take me along as a friend with you and Bobby Joe.
Now, I don't need friends or family.
I'm looking at one amazing seat then in the orchestra, but there are 2 others right next to it if you change.
No.
Great. Now, I must insist that I actually tell you what our plays are. So many people are just forcing their credit card numbers on me without even giving me a chance to tell them about one play. And I should have to do some work, don't you think? Unless you already know the plays. Perhaps Bobby Joe told you. Shoot, let's just get that credit card then and
tell
skip.
me.
American Express is so popular lately. The number, please.
I don't even know the plays.
You don't? Well, sooner is better than later to lock this order in with a card, but if you insist.
I do.
Let me just go over this 50-page program.
50? Look, I'm very busy with my farewell letter to Dramalog right now, so I don't really have the time to be going over all of this.
I'll just give the quick TV guide version, man. Farewell letter to Dramalog, did you say? You're not an actress by any chance, are you?
We used to be.
I didn't know when you left Tennessee after high school you became so accomplished.
Yes, I was on American Idol last year. Yeah, but that fucking Katy Perry wouldn't allow me to lip sync.
Oh!
We don't do drag queens, you'll have to sing. And who are you supposed to be, Courtney Love? And I said, no, can't you guess? And she said, well, yeah. And I said, Madonna, dummy. And that didn't go over very well. And they bleeped that off. And what you saw on TV at home, then she made me sing for real with my own voice a cappella. And do you know how dumb Papa Don't Preach sounds a cappella? So I was just one of those people they show who auditions and doesn't get in as if I'm some sort of joke. So yeah, then I came crawling back home to Tennessee.
Hey.
What?
I mean, boo. But still, you were on American Idol. Yay, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, how exciting to talk to you again. I remember you being a great actress.
Well, I was actually, I am really more of a lip syncer.
Yes, that's right.
Well, like I said, I do lip syncing actually. You know, I'm a female impersonator now. So actually, you may have heard of my group.
I have.
You have?
Sure. Now, let's pick a seat.
But who are we?
Can I have a hint?
We do Madonna impersonations.
Of course.
But I said that before. Well,
I have a lovely center seat on.
we called ourselves the Popstitutes.
I didn't know this was one of the prostitutes.
Popstitutes!
Right. Well, this is uncanny because I don't know why all female impersonators all over Tennessee are grabbing tickets to our production of Our Town, but I'm sure you don't want to be left out. And did I mention that the final play in our season is an Emmy Award-winning world premiere of the musical version of Marsha Norman's Night Mother? Well, wait, if it's on stage, how could it be won an Emmy Award? I'm sure it will. And our final show is Drama for Drunks.
Drama for Drunks.
It's more of a little something you can do to feel good about supporting your community. Do you know anyone who's experiencing drug or alcohol problems?
No.
Each year, Tennessee Drug and Alcohol Rehabilitator Center Court makes those sentenced to sobriety give back to themselves and the community by creating a little talent show, regardless of whether they have talent or not. Trust me, if anything, it's absolutely hysterical for all the wrong reasons. You feel you did your part to help the down and desperate. Thus is not to be missed.
I can't make it.
Sure you can. You'd be surprised how flexible we are. Let's go over the dates you have trouble with.
Any day after today.
And what would be the main obstacle keeping you from joining us?
I'm about to kill myself.
No worries. We've all been there. In fact, that's why I'm here. I'm killing me. It's killing me to pay for my master's degree. I got in acting at Carnegie Mellon, which didn't do me a stitch of good because the only film acting job I got was as Black girl number 2 who gets murdered, prostitute number 1 who gets murdered, and crack whore number 1 who murders others but then overdoses and jumps through a window and dies on top of a police car. It's 1998, and you think there'd be better roles for Black women, but no, no, hell no. Plus I was a lesbian, which didn't help when I came back to Tennessee after my failed Hollywood career, and you know what that's like, don't you? The gossip, the jokes, the meanness. So, of course, I became real life drunk and drug addict, and I began to get in trouble with law for public intoxication, stalking, which is why I am in Drama for Drunks myself. So you'd really be helping me out when you buy this subscription. I can't pay my damn bills. I'm stuck in Tennessee until I finish my court sentence, which is why I'm working 5 other jobs just to save up enough so I can compete and win in Miss Born Again Beauty Contest.
The Miss Born Again Beauty Contest.
I give up. I just want to be normal. Normal. Just, you gotta help me, Velvet. If I make enough money to win that contest, my wheelchair won't matter. I'll finally belong. I'll be part of this community.
I didn't know that.
Of course you didn't. We're strangers.
I thought you said we knew each other in junior high.
It's just that it's been so long, but now after talking to Velvet, I feel you once again a close and valued friend, even though I ignored you and put gum in your hair back in junior high.
That was you?
Now, Velvet, you were always there for me in the past, forgiven to a fault, and someday, I'll be there for you after you give me your credit card.
I've been fired. I don't have a job at Dollywood anymore. So you see, I can't.
I don't know why it's become so fashionable for our jobless patrons to pay for their subscription on 2 to 3 different credit cards, even if they're not their credit cards, but they
all
are.
my credit cards.
Baba Joe, I can call her. Is that her number?
No, you better let me call you, okay? What is your number?
We're a non-profit. We don't have phones here.
Well, then how are you calling me then?
Huh? I can't hear you.
Velvet whistles loudly into the phone.
Jesus.
Hear me now?
Don't get tricky with me, Velvet Swoon. I need your mama's phone so you can pay for these tickets so I can compete and win Miss Born Again. Give me the number.
Aw, I'm too tired to...
Don't talk to me about tired. I get off my job as a taxi driver at midnight. Get good phone at 1-900-976-BUTT until 5 a.m. Start McDonald's at 6, then finish 2 other jobs. At which time I can't even remember due to lack of sleep. So don't think you can tell me about tired when I work nonstop. We're doing this. I'm calling your mom. Now give me Bobby Jones.
No.
Yes.
Fuck you.
I'll call a suicide hotline on you. I'll call the police.
No. It's 983-3414.
Thank you for joining our season. Bye.
Bitch.
Okay. That's great. Is there more coming?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Looking forward to it. All right, let's get the cast back and great.
Thank
Great
you,
job.
guys. Yay, great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's everybody just come back quickly. Everybody put your cameras on. I don't know if this will work because I forgot to press a button on the thing, but let's do a little dance party if it works. Can everybody hear? Can you hear that?
No.
No. See,
Should we just sing Paper Moon?
they changed the feature where you have to click the music off thing. And if I don't click it before I go to the YouTube, I can't do it. So everybody put on your camera, just stretch your arms in the air, just stretch them, do a little side stretch, a little cabbage patch, a little running man in your seat, running man, little disco. Okay, that's our dance party. Woohoo! Give it up for our first round writers and actors. Everybody seriously unmute yourself, make noise for them. They were brilliant.
It was good. They were all good, really.
Amazing, y'all.
Great work. Let's give it up for all of those people that are chatting away on the YouTube. Hi, let us know you're there. Say hi. A couple of upcoming announcements. For this on Sunday the 14th is our Drop and Give Me 10 number 24 Springs Eternal. It's our 24th Drop and Give Me 10. 10 writers are right now writing the first 10 minutes of new plays for 20 actors, 22 actors. So they're writing them right now. You can come. It is a fundraiser, so we ask the people come and watch and then donate and that sort of stuff. But it's about creating new work. It's not a 10-minute play festival, but it's the first 10 minutes of a new play. So that's exciting. Just a couple of one other little thing I wanted to mention. 2 of the 3 plays we saw this evening already, both have been through our development process. David Cece's play just was through Unfamiliar, was with our last first reads, and Mejita was a couple of first reads ago. I don't want to give numbers, but it was a couple. So I love that the playwrights are still continuing to work on their plays during even though being through our process. So that's very exciting. That being said, come on the 14th. Other thing is every Tuesday at noon Eastern time or 7 p.m. Eastern time, we have our play dates, which is 1 hour of accountability, meaning I need to get something done and I want someone to stare at me on a screen and let me know I'm getting it done. So feel free to join us. David Cece is our host for that event during the day. We have the amazing Orlando Rodriguez hosting on the evening. We'd love for you to join us for those. Other thing to note, and we're not officially announcing, but I'm unofficially announcing, please be on the note, May 4th, may the 4th be with you. Wait, I said that right. May 4th will be our required reading number 25. We've just put word out. It's our 25th required reading where people read plays at home. We will be announcing those I think it will be 2 playwrights. So sign up for that now. And then you get to read 2 plays and then give a little feedback. And that being said, don't worry about it, Zen. He's reading his own, but we got it. That being said, I'm going to ask our actors to everybody disappear. Philip and Delvin stay. And dance party is over. It's been a stretch. And see you later.
Hey. All right. We're back. No, we're done dancing. So first off, any content warnings?
Just sound effect of pistol shots and World War II action.
Okay. And anything we need to know about this?
No, I think we can just start.
Okay. Do you want to introduce your actors?
Yes, this will be the girl with red hair. The characters are Hannie Shaft, a Dutch resistance fighter, portrayed by Courtney Magallo. Affie Shaft, Hannie's mother, played by Maya Rosewood. Fritz Hoffman, a Gustavo guard, played by Bug Johnson, and Max Himmelbett, a Gestapo guard, is played by myself. The play takes place in the morning of April 17, 1945, in the home of Hannie Shaft. As the lights come up, we have a blackout. And 2 loud pistol shots from stage left. As the lights come up again, Affie enters from stage right carrying a tray with 2 espresso cups. She puts the tray down on the table. Sound effect, the door opening on stage left. Hannie enters from stage left. Affie is relieved and puts her hand to her chest. Hannie crosses the table. As she crosses, she takes off her coat, drapes it over a chair. As she reaches the table, she takes off the black wig and puts it on the table. She takes off wireframe glasses and drops them on the table.
I made you a treat. I hoped you'd be back.
Mom.
Soon. I meant soon.
Affie hugs Hannie. Affie takes one of the cups and pushes it to Hannie's side of the table. Hannie drinks.
The best.
Hannie sits down and Aji sits down.
Busy morning.
Hannie
Mission
not
accomplished.
Without a hitch.
Hugo's a great coffee shop on the canal. Did you have breakfast?
A croissant. Delicious, very flaky. Nazi officers have meticulous tastes in cafes for their meetings.
Hannie takes a note out of her pocketbook and drops the pocketbook on the table.
From Young?
Hannie takes a match, burns the note, and drops it into a garbage can.
My best informant, but we keep nothing written.
Aji looks left.
Where did he...
Ran down the street as a diversion as I entered. I hope he's safe. We have a date tonight. Both Gestapo officers looked over their shoulders at him running, but that didn't stop them from arriving on time, as any exacting German would.
Hannie takes off her red and blue sweater and places it on the table. She puts on a black sweater. She uses the towel to take off her makeup.
Good marks. I gave them a smile and they sighed. They really... I could tell, you know.
Men. Yes. They do. Why not?
I was kind, gave them a few moments to savor their desire.
Hannie drinks more espresso.
I made such a mess on their table. So I left a big tip, but I got what I wanted. 2 high SS officers, an Obergruppenführer and a Gruppenführer.
So dangerous going after top commanders. I don't want to lose you.
FG touches Hannie's arm and Hannie puts her hand over FG's arm.
You won't.
Hannie takes her hand away. FG takes her arm away.
Someone had to do it. They were in charge of Jewish deportation. Most Jews from Harlem are now gone. To where? To what? Can't be good.
Sound effect sharp knocking on stage door left. Hanny and Afji are startled. Afji stands up.
I'll get it.
Hanny puts on the black wig, stands and crosses to stage left.
Be careful.
Hanny waves back. Afji looks at the table alarm. She picks up the sweater and puts it behind her. Hanny reaches the door and opens it. Fritz and Max barge in.
May I help you, Ordnance Policy?
Hanny gives a mocking salute.
Kyle
Fitz,
Hipburn. We're looking for papers, pamphlets,
From movie magazines?
treasonous papers and pamphlets.
Hanny crosses to the table. Fritz and Max longingly watch her cross. Fritz motions for Max to look around. Max looks around the room and looks. Fritz crosses a table. He picks up the heavy pocketbook.
Makeup. Lots. I like to look pretty. And books. I'm a law student.
A woman?
A
Fritz,
woman.
the pocketbook.
A woman.
Max finishes his search and crosses back to Fritz.
Anything?
Max shakes his head. Fritz motions towards stage left and turns. Max looks suspiciously at Afji, who's holding the sweater in back of her. What's that? Afji is scared. She shakes her head. Max crosses to Afji, turns her around, roughly takes away the sweater, turns toward Fritz and holds it up.
It's only a...
Max shakes the sweater like someone we're looking for. Fritz crosses to Hanny, looks intently at her hair, realizes it's a wig. He pulls off the black wig. He holds it up. Max points his rifle at Hanny. Fritz takes pistol out of holster and points it at Hanny.
We got her.
Fritz grabs her hair.
Ouch.
Red.
Fritz lets go of Hanny's hair. He picks up the pocketbook and pulls out books and makeup items.
Makeup and books only? Really?
Fritz reaches deep into Hanny's pocketbook, pulls out a pistol, waves it around. The girl with red hair. Fritz throws down the pocketbook.
Annie Schaff, you're arrested for the murders of 2 high-ranking Reich officers.
Fritz grabs her arm.
Let's go.
Hanny resists and takes her arm away.
Just a minute. Please.
Hanny, Fritz, and Max stop. Hanny puts her wig on and takes off her sweater. She smiles sweetly at Fritz in her bra and holds up a blue and red sweater.
Want to help?
Fritz starts toward her, then shakes his head and waves no. Hanny holds out her sweater to Max. Max eagerly starts to cross to Hanny. Fritz holds up his hand toward Max.
No.
Hanny puts on her blue and red sweater.
Almost done.
Hanny puts on mascara, eyeshadow, and lipstick. Hanny puts down her makeup items.
There.
He looks at Fritz and Max.
What do you think? I want to die clean and beautiful.
Fritz grabs her arm.
Gently now. I'm just a girl.
Fritz motions to Max to go ahead. Max crosses and exits stage left. Fritz holds Hanny's arm and crosses to stage left. When he reaches the door, he turns back toward Afji.
Say nothing, or we'll be back for you.
Fritz, holding Annie, exits through door, closes the door, and exits stage left. Afji is visibly shaken. Sound effect. 2 large pistol shots from stage left. As she holds her hands to her head, she starts to cross. Door opens. As she stops, she's relieved. Hanny enters and crosses to Adji. She holds up the espresso cup and saucer.
Another, please.
After she takes the cup.
I was insulted. Boys like my ass and try to pat it. Some grab. I let them sometimes. Depends on who, you know. It's flattering. These crowds, nothing. Imagine 2 guys in one day tried nothing. Should I be worried? Am I losing it?
Wasn't that moaning I heard?
And he laughs and shakes her head.
You played them well, Miss Honey Trapper.
Enough that they forgot to search me.
Annie takes a pistol out of the small of her back. Afji smiles.
My. Lucky you. 2 more today.
Afji holds up a cup. To celebrate. Afji
Celebrate.
and exit. Annie smiles with satisfaction, looks at pistol and wipes it clean. Blackout. End of play.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's bring the cast back. Okay. All right, great. We
Thank you.
Imagine a whole crowd applauding. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Let Me Live Tonight. Nancy.
Hi, everyone. It's Nancy. Thank you.
Okay. So first off, any content warnings?
Yes. One of the scenes will discuss cyber sex and also discuss pedophilia online.
Okay. And anything we know of, anything we need to know about this before we start?
Yes. So the first scene, this is an apartment being shared by 3 people, by a woman named Carmen and her boyfriend Odom and her lifelong best friend Casey. So Odom is trying to make friends with Casey. He is also pushing to get deeper into Carmen's life by meeting her parents. However, Carmen is being evasive about that because they don't know that Odom is Black. Casey is in love with Carmen. All right.
All right. Sounds intriguing. Okay. Why don't we bring the cast on and introduce them? Okay. All right. I guess, wait, and make sure everyone's unmuted. There.
Hello, I'm Christopher and I'm playing Casey.
Hi.
Go ahead, Demetrius.
Hi, I'm Demetrius. I'm playing Odom.
And I'm Kelsey. I'm reading for Carmen.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go away.
Let Me Live Tonight by Nancy Duende and Ella Ruth Francis.
Hey, Mom, how are things? Yeah, I know. Well, I've had a lot going on with Bohemian and my apartment. I'm sorry for not calling. I do miss you all. How are you? That's good to hear. Oh, that's wonderful. No, I don't think I've ever met Lillian. Oh, well, yeah, if I was 7, then I don't think I'd remember that. Actually, that's one of the reasons I was calling you about just that. I think I want to visit soon. Maybe right before summer? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll talk to Dad. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, I love you too. Hey, Dad. I'm good. Yeah, I am thinking of coming up near summer, I think. No, I don't think Casey will be with me. No, Casey is not with me. I know he's making good money now. I live with him. No, I don't know how much. That's not something you can just casually ask someone. Yeah. Yeah, that would be no. No, I didn't mean not every one of them is like that. Okay, can we just change the subject? Okay, the point is I'm visiting soon. Huh?
Silence.
Yeah, I'm still here. It'll be just me for now. We'll see if Casey has time. Sound good? Okay. Yeah, I'm doing good. I already told you that, Dad. I write for a women's magazine. Yes, it's much better than Cosmo. You should try reading it. I'm sure Mom has a copy. Give it a shot. You might learn something. Of course. No, all right, anyway, I gotta go. Okay. Yep. Thanks, Dad. Bye.
She hangs up, crumpling the hem of Odom's shirt in her hands. Time passes. We see Carmen move through the apartment, see who she is without men. She exits. Odom and Casey rush to the front door, both out of breath. Casey collapses on the floor, groaning in pain and exhaustion.
Whew, you made it, soldier.
Holy fuck.
While writhing on the floor, he gulps down the last of his water with relief.
Oh, you want? Oh,
Please.
You want some more?
Yeah, please.
Odom refills Cassie's water in the kitchen and grabs 2 beers. He gives Cassie the water and sets the beer down nearby.
You earned it. Whew.
Cassie gulps down the water before settling in with his beer.
Coronas?
Yeah, my first beer was a Corona. My Hispanic friend's dad let me have one. Not the best that I had, but it felt like home. Whew.
Getting my ass kicked.
They cling.
Your cardio is great. You're just new to the weight training, that's all.
I'm not sure I'm meant for it.
I used to tell Dave the same thing when I was a teen, but I'm glad I stuck with it. It really helped my confidence.
They drink in silence.
So, you're in tech, right?
Software engineer, yeah.
I heard the money's good in that field.
It's okay. Plus, I like problem solving. It's flexible too. And I can work from home if I want to.
Yeah, you have to go to school for that?
Not really, but I did. I mean, a computer science degree doesn't make you a better programmer, but a computer science degree from Stanford sure makes you look like a better programmer.
I can see that.
I mean, but there's always kids getting hired right out of high school who make my code look like kindergarten work.
That's frightening.
Tell me about it. What did you go to school for?
Visual arts.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Well, not everyone thought I should have used my Army funded time in college on a liberal arts degree.
Can't say I would have.
Yeah.
But it worked out for you. I mean, Carmen said you're getting featured in this big gallery, right?
I am. I had to knock on a lot of doors, but something did get through.
What are you giving them?
It's a series of portraits I did at the end of my last tour. I got all the guys in my unit to let me sketch them. Well, we had one or two who didn't make it. That I had to drop from memory.
I'm sorry.
All right. Everyone makes it home, one way or the other.
He toasts. Odom and Casey clink, then drink.
How long have you known Carmen?
Gosh, since we were kids. Our family sat together during mass and she would make dirty jokes in the margins of the hymnals until her dad caught us. He blamed me first because he didn't want to think she knew stuff like that, but she fessed up. Oh my God, he was mad.
What's her dad like? What's her dad like?
Stoic. Kind of hard to talk to and pretty conservative too.
Huh?
He likes to push against people, but he really gives a shit. You can tell he's a great leader. I think you'd like him.
That's what Carmen said.
I'm sure he'd like you too. It took him a bit to warm up to me.
Why?
That's just how he is. I mean, he pulled me aside one time and went, "Sometimes I don't know what to do with that girl, but you seem to be a great influence on her." Thank you, son.
Son?
Yeah, with the Missouri twang too.
Carmen says it's not easy with him at the moment.
Yeah, they tend to butt heads a lot.
That's tough though.
It's just how they are.
I mean, for me, I cared a lot about her and I like to be cool with her folks.
Things always either calm down enough on their own or her mom will make them calm down and start speaking. You'll get your chance.
Thanks, Cassie.
Fuck. I need a shower.
Go ahead. I got next.
Casey downs his beer and rushes for the shower. Odom gets up and dials someone.
Oh, hey, Mama. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just checking up on you as usual. Yeah, that's good, Mama. You feel all right? Oh, Cece, you need to cut your hours. They got you on your feet too much. No. We got your bills paid, so don't worry about that. I am working on something. I swear. I got a gallery coming up this month. Yes, and I'm bringing you and Dave to the opening to find a new. So you have to find a new dress. Thank you, Mama. She good. The move went pretty smooth, and her roommate's all right. No. I haven't met her parents yet. I'm sure it's all right. These old folks by Bay Area are evil anyway. No. I don't think they're like that. Yes, I'm working on it. How's the dog?
Lights fade as the conversation goes on. Scene 7. She pours him another shot. He downs it.
Sorry, it's not White Claw.
More like gasoline.
Don't act like you don't need it too. You're home way too early.
No, I'm not.
You should have only returned this early if your date was with you.
Maybe we just wanted to get to know each other.
Did you?
No.
Then what happened, babe?
Nothing really. I mean, the date was really nice. I like her. We had dinner and talked a lot. She was funny, smart. She's a software developer. She loves to read.
Cool Tinder bio, but what actually happened?
It was a nice date. Successful even. Nothing had to happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Casey pours his own shot. Carmen takes a loud sip.
We did go to her place.
So something did happen.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of intense for me to talk about.
You did bring it up.
I mean, the chemistry was good, but she was flirting with me a lot, and I walked her home. We were both a little tipsy, so I kissed her. We made out. She invited me upstairs.
Yes!
It was really nice. I mean, it's actually been a while for me.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, it's rolling off of you.
Casey pours another shot. Carmen takes another conspicuous sip.
Anyway, started going far and I just couldn't.
You couldn't what?
I couldn't do it.
Why, did she do something?
No, she was great. She looked amazing, but I wasn't able.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Dude, that's totally okay. You were probably just nervous.
She said that too.
I'm sure she still likes you.
Yeah.
And you know, dick isn't the center of sex. I mean, you know, as long as you
I didn't. I was really embarrassed. I just left.
You left?
I couldn't be there anymore.
A moment. Carmen takes a gulp of water.
Hey, we had an agreement.
Snapping out of it, Casey pours another shot.
You better text her ASAP.
Why?
Because you ran out on her. She probably thinks there's something wrong with her.
Silence.
Casey?
I will, okay? Can we just sit here for a bit?
Silence.
You know, performance anxiety.
No. No, it's more than that.
It is?
Silence.
This has been a problem. I don't tell you about every girl I go out with, but this isn't the first time.
More silence.
Maybe there's other things that turn you on. Everyone's different.
Yeah, but that's the other thing that's ruining my fucking life.
Well, now my imagination's running wild.
I think I watch too much porn.
Every man does.
No, like way too much.
Is this some kind of Catholic guilt thing? I mean, I know we both grew up that way, but
For fuck's sake, Carmen, I have hard drives worth of porn. I hoard it like Bitcoin.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you still jack off to women, right? Like, what's the deal?
It's not the same. I mean, in porn, everything is really intense and kind of perfect.
You said she looked amazing.
I mean, then I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect is, but it's not the same. Not to mention, I injure myself sometimes.
How do you even...
I mean, it's like time slips away. If my day is clear, I can spend literally all of it on that. It's not pretty, and I feel so awful after.
Casey.
So awful.
Carmen pours him a double shot. He downs it with no outcry.
I'm fucking sick of it, Carmen. I can't even describe it.
It's okay, Casey. I'm not judging you.
She embraces him.
I think the first step is admitting it to someone.
I don't think there's an AA for this.
He embraces her back, nuzzling very deeply and taking in her scent. She appreciates it, holds him tighter.
The internet is a fucking hellhole, huh?
Yeah. It is.
Worst place for sex by far.
No porn for you?
No, porn is fine. For me, anyway.
So you mean cybersex?
Yeah, I had a really bad experience in high school.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It definitely pushed me to blog more.
That bad?
Yeah, it was near the end of the MySpace days. I was chatting with a lot of people.
Casey pours another shot and hands it to Carmen.
Thought I needed water.
I'm tired of drinking alone.
Amazing.
She downs the shot. Moment.
I wound up on one of those anonymous chat sites. This name popped up, a man. He asked me to introduce myself, and I was gonna make something up, but I didn't. When I told him my age, he got really excited. He asked me if I liked older men. I had no idea, but I said yes, thinking maybe I could. And then he wanted to know everything, like what I was into, what type of people I hung out with, what boys I liked, what I wore to bed. That's the thing about men. They wear their perversions on their sleeve. He made me feel more wanted than I've ever felt in my life. It's like he needed me. I don't know what he was running from or looking for in me, but I had it. I had him. I told him I was a horny teen, all the shit they say in porn, and he would do almost anything I told him to. When we would finish, he would beg me to stay. It went on like that for 2 months.
That's kind of a long relationship at that
It
age.
wasn't a relationship, but yeah, I was surprised it kept me so interested. It was kind of addicting having him like that.
But you did lose interest.
This package with a really sick note attached to it showed up at my door one morning before school. It had a teddy bear, flowers, my favorite snacks, and a vibrator. My mom was screaming at me, asking who I was talking to and what I was doing after school. I told her he was just some random guy from MySpace that I'd never even spoken to. My parents opened up a police investigation, but that never went anywhere. Got more letters to our house, and some of them mentioned my school.
Oh, that's why you moved before senior year.
My dad took my computer and smashed it with a hammer. My mom got really big on cyber safety and started watching To Catch a Predator. It was awful. My dad sat me down and asked me what happened. I told him what I told my mom. He accepted it, but I think he knew. I think he knew what I did. He hasn't looked at me the same since.
But that's not your fault. I mean, that guy was a pervert and a pedophile. You shouldn't be blamed for like his sickness.
Sweet Casey. I was daddy's little princess, this little girl. Then all of a sudden, I wasn't a woman, and he wasn't ready for what that meant.
Were you?
What?
Were you ready for it?
Yes. There's no shame in wanting to be wanted. Maybe he wasn't the best person, but God, the feeling of knowing someone would do anything for you, anything, it's intoxicating.
I would.
Carmen turns to him.
I would do anything for you.
Oh, I know.
No, Carmen. Anything.
You're drunk.
Guilty as charged.
Okay, that's end of scene. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's bring everyone back. What a No? Okay.
Get your bows, get your bows, actor, writer.
Actors,
your
writer.
bows.
My video's stopped.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay.
Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the actors.
Okay. Okay, the last piece of the night is COVID Nado. Avery,
Hi.
hello. Okay, so first, any content warnings?
Yeah, so this scene has mentions of COVID, mention of a hate crime and internalized homophobia. I think that covers it. Actors, if y'all flagged anything I didn't, please share.
People will tell you. Anything else we need to know about this?
Yeah, this is COVID NATO. It takes place at a boarding school during the height of the COVID pandemic, pre-vaccine. We start off halfway through scene 2, so it's scene 2 and 3.
Okay, great. All right, why don't we bring your actors on and they can introduce themselves?
Hello, I'm Margot Escatine, and I play Skylar.
Hi, I'm Amira Martinez, and I play Charlotte.
Hi, I'm Alex Gray, and I'm reading Emily.
Hi, I'm Bug, and I'm reading Nat.
Hi, I'm Catherine Overfeld, and I'm reading Mrs. Bird.
Okay, all right, I'm going to disappear and we'll start.
COVID NATO by H. Avery. Nat and Skylar are in the common room. This is the first time they've really talked since school shut down last semester for COVID. A week before that, though, Nat took a leave of absence from the school due to a transphobic-natured hate crime that was committed in the dorm. The school used COVID as an excuse to dismiss the investigation, and Nat was forced to return for the fall semester, which they just discussed. The whole time they've been talking, Skylar has been trying to covertly search the kitchen area.
I tried texting you over the summer from my grandma's phone. You didn't answer, though.
Oh, geez, I didn't see them. I didn't have my phone for a few months. Grounded.
For what?
I hit my brother.
On purpose?
Yes?
Why?
He took my pet fish.
Why are you lying? You're such a bad liar. Just say you got caught breaking quarantine or something. Keep it simple. Damn.
Yeah, okay, good point.
You're not avoiding me, are you?
Oh my gosh, no, of course not. I'm just busy with lots of classes and scholarship requirements and
lying.
A car door from outside shuts. Beep. Charlotte enters and the car pulls away. She's holding a sourdough loaf similar to the one before. She's surprised to see anyone is up at this hour.
Hey guys, what are you doing down here?
I just came down here for a snack.
Oh, okay. Here, you can have this.
Charlotte gives Skylar the loaf of bread.
Is it vegan?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Okay, well, we should all be off to bed now probably, especially because we're in lockdown.
Right.
Did you need something?
I just wanted to see Nat. I haven't hung out with them all semester, and being in our rooms is so lonely, and I just wanted to talk to them for a minute. From a socially safe distance, of course.
Oh, that's super sweet. But you guys know the rules. We have to do everything we can to stay safe right now. So unfortunately, we just
Who were you just with, Miss Bell? Did you socially distance around them?
well, that's I was just that's personal and not really important.
Miss Bell, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I think it would be really good for me if I got to talk with Nat for even just a little bit longer. Please?
Okay, listen. I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes to hang out, but then you better split up. And make sure you keep social distancing, okay? No COVID.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
5 minutes. I mean it. Good night.
Nice. What do you have on her?
You want this? It's still warm.
I bet it is.
What's that supposed to mean?
Her girlfriend makes it for her after sex.
No. What? No, no way. Miss Bell is not gay. And even if she were, she would wait until marriage. She's not married and she's not gay.
She's totally a lesbian. I saw her kissing a woman in the Walmart parking lot last month.
How do you know it was a woman?
Long hair, blue eyes.
How do you know it wasn't a youth pastor? They always have long hair and blue eyes.
Giant boobs.
But she's so.
I know.
She's literally the religion teacher.
I know.
Wow. Miss Bell is gay. Who'd have guessed?
Everybody's got a secret. What's yours?
Huh? Nat, I don't have a.
David.
I
What were you looking for?
just the sewing kit. Have you seen it?
Do you have a new hobby or something?
Just making something for art class.
Oh, okay.
Nat goes to the kitchen and finds the sewing kit for Skylar.
Emily just had to rearrange everything because nothing was fine where it was. Next thing you know, she's gonna have me put it all back for a different community service hour. Watch out, world. She's a 22-year-old girl boss teaching intern and she's drunk with power.
Nat gives her the kit.
Also, heads up, they're only offering pottery this semester. Whatever you're hiding, I'd get better at it.
Nat goes back to the puzzle. Skylar exits with the sewing kit. Lights. The next morning, early, Charlotte enters, clearly in a bad mood, with an overflowing basket of particularly rancid laundry. She's been up all night, thinking. Emily rounds the corner from the laundry room with overflowing piles of clean laundry on a cart.
Oh, Charlotte, I'm sorry. I just put Amber's clothes in.
No worries. I can just do these later, I guess. I thought Amber's wash day was usually Wednesdays.
Yes, I did a fresh load for her when I was on duty yesterday, but she threw up on all of them. So
Oh, wow.
I know, poor thing. It was all bright blue from all the popsicles I brought her.
That's okay. Don't need details. Who do these belong to?
I think some of these are Nat's and some were left behind by one of the girls who's distance learning, Ava, maybe. I was just going to fold them so they're easier to sort whenever someone's ready to claim them. Are those Leslie's?
Skylar's. I know we told her that she has to do them by herself, but I caved. With lockdown and everything, I figured we could adjust her treatment plan a little.
Did you ask her mom first?
Not this time. It's just laundry.
Oh, my understanding is we're helping her establish a sense of self-care routine in order to.
I know. I know. I know. I don't care. It's just laundry.
Okay. Sorry.
Emily takes the clothes to the couch and begins to fold. Charlotte collects herself and also folds in an attempt to smooth things over.
Skylar is fine. She was chatting her face off when I came in last night. Even asked for a snack.
That's great.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm sorry I snapped at you.
It's okay. Better me than a student.
No, it's not okay. Out of all the teachers and all the students and all the people who work here on this campus, interns get the worst treatment. You couldn't pay me enough to repeat my intern year. And I certainly wouldn't be doing it during COVID. So I'm sorry I got short with you.
Thanks. I'm just excited to be here. I mean, I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I love students, and I feel like there's opportunity here, whereas most of my graduating class are stuck at their parents' houses, isolated, unable to work, just stagnant. And at least here, we're still doing things, you know, even if it is a lot of very exhausting things.
Have you had it yet?
No, thankfully, I'm immunocompromised, and I think would probably put me in the hospital.
Emily, why are you working at a school then with all the germy teenagers?
I mean, I need a job and a place to live. And this is better than public school because at least there's a mask policy with anti-maskers protest coughing on people at grocery stores. This is my best option for the time being.
Well, I'm glad you're optimistic. We all need some of that.
I also like that I get to be around another young person friend. Those 5 months I spent at home with my parents made me age 10 years prematurely because they're so damn cranky all the time.
Am I the friend?
Well, yeah. I don't think most people get what it's really like to be a teacher, especially a young teacher, especially right now. So it's nice to be friends with someone who does. And, you know, when something is bothering a person, usually they tell their friends about it and it makes them feel better.
Does it?
Yeah. Even if it's just a teensy tiny bit.
I like sourdough
Okay.
a lot.
But you said yesterday that you didn't like it.
I mean, I don't like it. Not really. Because good Christian women like me aren't supposed to like sourdough. Good Christian women like me are supposed to like baguettes or something.
I think they make sourdough baguettes, Charlotte.
Not what I.
Are we talking about bread?
Flustered, Charlotte begins to fold Skylar's dirty laundry.
I think that's dirty.
I know it's dirty.
Charlotte, are you trying to say that you like girls?
It's hard for me. I'm not. I don't believe in.
Oh, I didn't know that about you. How'd you guys meet?
Church. She's my friend. Like, we've been friends since I started working here, and then COVID happened, and she was the only person I see regularly outside of work. And then one day, she kissed me, and I just haven't gotten around to telling her to stop yet.
Why stop?
It's mental illness. It's depression. It's not me. I'm not.
If you were, it would be okay, though. After all, religious texts are open to interpretation. You know that.
I do not bend what the Bible says just so I can pretend I'm not a dirty sinner. That's not what I teach my students to do either.
I think maybe, like,
Pardon me, ladies. I just need to grab the sewing kit. My son Bryson accidentally tore his jersey, so I figured I'd mend it during my lunch meeting. Emily, did you rearrange all of this?
yes, I just figured doing some cleaning while most of the girls are away might make them feel more at home when they get back.
Well, I can't seem to find anything these days, so perhaps you should put everything back where it was. Where's the sewing kit?
Oh, we almost never use it, so I put it. I guess someone's using it.
All right, I guess I'll go get the one from the older boys' dorm then.
I can go get that for you, Mrs. Bird. I was on my way over there anyway.
Charlotte.
Mrs. Bird picks something as she walks around the counter. Charlotte exits.
What is this?
Oh, that's a recycling bin for the dorm. I bought it with my own money, kind of like a small donation. I just thought it might be nice to start teaching our students how to be more sustainable.
Well, that's very nice of you. We should move it elsewhere, though. If there was a fire, we can't have it block any exits.
Of course. I will find a new place for it. Also, Mrs. Bird, I was wondering when we might reschedule my internship check-in. I know that now is not very ideal, but it kind of seems like there's never an ideal time to chat, and I'm super excited to share with you all of the initiatives I've begun to roll out, like
Yeah.
the cycling and the drama club.
You're rearranging everything. I know you're making quite the impact on campus. How about I check my calendar and get back to you?
What about this evening? I'm off duty, so I can be available.
About that, I'm covering the younger boys' dorm tonight until 11 p.m. So I need you to fill in here, okay?
I would, but tonight would be my 10th night on duty in a row, and according to the handbook, that's a safety issue.
Right. But the handbook is from 2019 and it hasn't been updated to reflect COVID protocol. We haven't had time. So it's okay for you to cover, unless you prefer I ask Charlotte.
No, I'm happy to do it for the experience.
Excellent. Thank you for being a team player.
If we could just prioritize a brief check-in today, though, I need to make sure I'm aware of any other COVID changes to the handbook for safety purposes, you know?
Sure. Why don't we do 15-minute check-in after dinner?
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. See you then.
Mrs. Bird exits.
Thank you.
Here we go. Okay, let's bring everybody back and for a thing and I think that's the evening. I think we now turn this back to Mike.
Great work, Avery and team.
Very nice.
Wonderful work. Everybody that's still here, come back, show your beautiful, amazing, gorgeous, totally eclipsed faces. And then turn around. Sorry, just I had to turn around, get it? All right, welcome. Give yourself applause for being here. Unmute yourself, make noise.
Thank you.
Amazing. Great work, writers. Great work, all the new people. We have, as we say at the end of every volume, this volume is officially closed. Thank you, Elijah, and all the wonderful people that are watching on YouTube. Say hi to our YouTube people. This volume is officially closed. The next volume will be in person on April 22nd. A little fun caveat, we will have two special hosts that evening. David Cece and Orlando Rodriguez will be hosting the evening in person on April 22nd in New York City with the following writers. Darpan Joshi, Denise Ivanoff, Elijah Mosley, Kendra Augustine, and Marina Barry. So those are the writers that will be presenting. You can sign up right now. Also, April 14th is our Drop and Give Me 10 fundraiser. For those people that are writing right now, keep writing. For those that are acting in it, wait for the scripts. And for those that are, we appreciate everybody that comes and watches our videos, these videos. We appreciate all of the artists. And the exciting thing about tonight was to see work that we've seen before come back, to see work that we've never seen before grow. As a new there are very few new development play companies out there these days. And we are so proud and happy that all of you are a part of our family. So thank you all for being here, and please come back again and again and again. Let's say goodbye to our YouTube audiences. Bye, everybody. Bye.